What's up, this is Steve from Vespa Motorsport, also known as Scooter West. I did a video a little while ago installing this black plastic Legshield trim on a P-Series bike. We kind of made a point to say, like, technically this is for a P-Series bike, but in reality it'll pretty much work on any Vespa. So we've actually got Scott Jones's VBB up here, beautiful green bike. And the thing with the VBBs is they've actually got the wider channel. So originally they took an aluminum trim that was actually a slightly wider one, but we're going to also demonstrate that this trim is not technically designed for this bike, will actually install pretty easily and actually make for a nice, affordable, clean option for Legshield trim. So same thing, here's what we did with the other video. We'll take a can of spray polish and you kind of liberally apply that to the inside and the outside of the Legshield, just in that channel there. And you'll also notice that we've actually, here Scott, come on down here with the camera. You'll also notice that we've actually removed the outer floor rail end piece. That's so we can pull this back and slide this piece of channel back behind that. That's the way they're actually supposed to be. I can't tell you how many times I see it where people get lazy and stop the trim right here. Don't want to do that. That's lazy and it's not right. And it doesn't look that good. But you'll see how once this one's installed, it'll wrap all the way down. So we've already sprayed the polish on here and wiped the excess off. And just like with the other video, you kind of want to stand in front of the bike, kind of get it started. And again, strong hands is really the only tool you need. So I'm keeping constant pressure with my left hand, and I'm kind of sliding it down with my other hand. You want to pay attention. It's obviously easier with the handlebars and such not installed. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you how easy this really is, even with this stuff installed. So again, you kind of want to keep working it down, kind of continually keeping inward pressure on it so it doesn't come off the channel. See, that kind of naturally wants to pop off a little bit until it's fully seated. Get it to it's about as far as you think you need it to go, which I think we're pretty close. And the best way is to kind of keep pressure on it and wrap all the way around this side. So I usually get down to our knee. And if Scott, you come around and film from behind me, you'll actually see, so what I'm doing here is with my hands, I'm kind of folding the thing backwards towards me and it just kind of slides right on that channel, nice and pretty. Oh, this is great. My friend Pete. This is probably the most technical part, getting it around that curve. And again, it's just strong fingers, hands kind of bending it back and sliding it on the channel. Kind of follow the same procedures and wrap it all the way around. It's a little tricky in the top here with the handlebars installed like we kind of talked about. But there it is, perfect. Again, just kind of gradually rocking the thing back and forth and putting a lot of downward pressure. Tough if you got arthritis, which I have. I'm also fat and out of shape. Don't do anything to be very physical anymore. Can still pull this off though. And then again, a good idea, especially on a bike that's been freshly painted, the end that's just kind of flopping around as you're fighting it, we'll just wrap a little masking tape on it. Kind of protect your painted surfaces. And then again, once you're at this point, it's easier to work from the opposite side. And in this case, it'd be a hell of a lot easier if the spare tire weren't installed. We might actually have to take that off. But, all right, so we're back. We got the spare tire off and we got it, held in on the bottom. And normally you want to always keep pressure on it. This one's kind of locked in pretty good. But we're just about where we're at the final spot. We're going to roll it back towards us really quick and then force it back on there. So I don't know if Scott, maybe come around from the back side and maybe kind of come over my head. Come over my head, that sounded nasty. So let's see, come on. We're in a tiny little snag, and actually it's kind of funny. You can see the snag here. It looks like from some kind of sloppy bodywork. There's almost like an 1/8 of an inch elevation and either some body work or some kind of weird welding going on. But you see how it's kind of pinched there? That's fairly common actually with these things. Sometimes you can actually take a credit card and wedge it in there and use that to slide it down. I normally don't have to do that, but I know that does work, so we'll go ahead and maybe cut and I'll try that real quick and see if that works. Like I said, you can use a credit card. This is actually like a Mimi's Cafe gift card. It's not quite as thick as a credit card. It's almost even a little bit nicer. Sometimes the credit card's a little too thick. But so we kind of wedged it up here, and you can kind of slide down, and you can kind of see how it just made it so it pops right on there. That's pretty much it. We're pretty much in place at that point. You'll notice that on the VBB, because the wider channel, there'll be some spots on the side where it kind of pushes out a little bit. But when done correctly, you know, we'll push the floor rail back on, and we'll actually go through the trim with our rivet so that the lower portion of the trim will actually be installed. So again, we'll kind of push this in and we'll drill through the actual trim so the Pinova rivet will actually hold the trim on at the bottom. That's pretty much it. How's it look, Scott?
Looks good.
Yeah, honestly, in my unprofessional opinion, looks a hell of a lot better than like the two-part chrome ones. Whether you're doing it in black or again, this is also available in that silver. But there you go, those are the tools required. Virtually nothing. Just a little kind of strong fingers and you're good to go. So they all come with this, both the black and the silver plastic trim come with this kind of self-adhesive like protective sheathing. So once it's installed, usually we'll kind of peel that off. And then we want to bring your attention down to like the way the rivet looks when it's all said and done. So you can kind of see it's looking pretty damn good, I would say. And then if you look down here, you see how the rivet's nicely peened over. And again, that rivet is going through the actual plastic leg shield trim, through the actual leg shield of the bike, through the aluminum channel, and then through the end piece.